Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday morning, October the 28th. Y'all, it is Halloween week. Rise and shine. Good morning. Good morning. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Hopefully getting your day started off on the right note. At least getting you updated on what's going on in the world of weather. A live look outside on our tech. And hey, it's beautiful over in Port Canaveral. See a couple of birds around. Yeah, it's a really nice morning. It's a beautiful morning. Unless you're on that cruise ship trying to get back to reality. Then I'd be willing to bet you're probably not as excited. I get it though. I get it. All right, let's take a look elsewhere. Orlando International Airport. Tower cam kind of showing a little grayish sky. I don't know. Is it bad? I see some high thin clouds outside my window. All right, let's head back over to the shoreline. New Smyrna Beach check-in. All right. The walkers are out. It's a beautiful morning to do so. All right. Downtown Orlando, actually, we're looking the other direction. So we're looking toward Altamont Springs, Maitland area from our WESH 2 First Warning Live Doppler radar tower. Now I'll take you into downtown Orlando. Hey, it's not looking too bad at all. It's a lovely, lovely start. First Warning Live Doppler radar itself. Quiet for the most part, though. Look at this little batch of heavy rain coming on in. Look at you sneaking on in. Ormond Beach. We'll zoom in even closer. There's Mound Grove. It's about to pour from about Mound Grove down to Tomoka Estates. Not too much wind. Yeah, this is our velocity channel. Just checking. 20, 25 mile an hour breeze. Little breeze as it's coming on in. So there you go. Wide shot showing some of that rain kind of sneaking on in. Not too bad. Some heavy rain, though, in that one spot. Temperatures out the door. No wonder it's warmer at the shoreline. You've got the winds coming in off the ocean. 70 degrees our current temperature, Daytona Beach. It's 69 in Sanford, 68 degrees in Leesburg, and 66 in Ocala. So a lovely morning. Look at our forecast today. We're going to keep the rain coverage fairly low, 10%, 20% chance of seeing a few showers. There's that breeze. That'll be fun to shoot and approach today. 10, 15, 20 mile per hour winds. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's going to be a pretty nice day. Temperatures, very comfortable. We're going to keep that breeze with us. Here's a look. All right. 83 in Orlando for a high, 81 degrees into land, upper 70s back over to the beaches. So whatever your outdoor plans are, it's looking pretty nice. But yeah, that breeze may pick up a couple of showers, bringing it on in. We can handle that, right? Futurecast. Let's dial you up. See what's showing. All right, here's Futurecast for today. Look. First off, like slam dunk, man. Showing those showers. All right, I'll take that. Couple additional showers through 1, 2 o'clock. Nothing too wild. And then into tonight. Yeah, all right. So that's fine. That's fine. We can deal with that. When we look at the rain chances over the next couple of days, the good news is we're looking fairly dry. A couple of showers here or there, but it's not too wild. All right. So yeah, it's a pretty nice forecast, all said and done. Tomorrow we'll have a few additional showers around. Let's dial Futurecast back up. Look at tomorrow. All right, tomorrow morning, more of an easterly wind. Looks like who was saying earlier, like bring some of that rain to who was bringing some of that rain to Brevard County or something. There's a couple of showers. It looks like for Brevard County in the morning. We see a few additional showers tomorrow, but even tomorrow doesn't look to be too bad. Tomorrow night, maybe a few showers. Yeah, really nice forecast. Call a spade, right? It's a really nice forecast. Comfy temperatures, couple of showers here. The next couple of days, we're going to grab some of that moisture from the Atlantic and bring it in, but otherwise, it's comfy. And looking kind of north and west of us, there's a front. It may try to bring in a little bit of rain for us. It's not going to do a bunch, but hey, we'll see what we can see. So for today, I think we're looking good. For tomorrow, I think we're looking good. A really nice couple of days here in Central Florida, right? So let's put it together. Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. I'm not wrapping early, but I do want to talk a bit about the tropics. So let's kind of just see where we're at. A few additional showers tomorrow. Then looking ahead to Halloween, not bad. It's not going to be a cool Halloween this year. So push that out of your mind. But yeah, we'll have a few showers here or there, comfy temperatures. Low to mid 80s around, right? For Halloween, for trick or treaters, let's just throw this together, okay? This is what's so important. The morning costume, upper 60s will feel fantastic. The school day will get warm. And then for trick or treating, right around sunset, looking nice and sweet. Loving that. Loving that. All right. All right. Questions about our local forecast? Questions, comments, concerns? One thing, and you may have seen it on the 7-day. Just gonna throw this out there. At least this is the good one. We don't spring forward and lose an hour. We gain an hour. I mean, we don't. This is all made up. But yeah, daylight saving time ends November 3rd at 2 a.m. The new sunrise will be 6:39. The new sunset, 5:38 p.m. So on the 7-day forecast, you'll see that not only do we have Halloween, but we also have daylight saving time changing. Okay? All right. So there's our 7-day. Questions, comments, concerns about our local forecast before we step forward and talk tropics. I'm starting to see all of these comments. Everybody like daylight saving. We should stop the time change. I get it. You and I, we don't have the choice. I get everything you're saying though. Like I think it's silly at this point. So, yeah. Would be nice to stop having to do that personally. Mr. Charles, good morning. Glad to see you here. Jeannie Rowan, this Saturday night, people fall back or be early. There you go. Stop the time change. I know. All right. So let's talk about the tropics. First off, we talked a lot about the tropics last week. We were watching the tropics last week. Still watching the tropics this week. If you recall, and for those of you that are new to Coffee Talk, hold on, I got to twist this around. Ugh. Okay, there we are. Okay. So for those of you that are new to Coffee Talk, we love to go in depth with the tropics. This is kind of like the perfect forum for it. We've got plenty of time to do so. Outside right now, there are no named systems. There is, however, one area of interest. Nothing has developed there yet, but in the Caribbean Sea, and we've talked about this for a while. This area in orange, you already see some moisture, but it's not the actual area. We still have to wait a little while. But late this week, there is an opportunity to gradually see some development here. Before we go much deeper, let's just say this. This time of year, tropical systems don't love hitting Florida. Kind of a very overly simplistic graphic to illustrate that. This is where tropical systems usually go. From the Caribbean, they love trying to shift to the right, because this time of year, cold fronts just love to shift things. Okay? So the overall pattern really has to set up for us to get hit. It doesn't happen very often. It has happened for those of us that have been around Florida for a couple of years now. Okay? The last time it happened was 2022 with Hurricane Nicole. Prior to that, it was Hurricane Kate in 1985. So hurricanes don't love coming. All right. So that's important to note, because again, the cold fronts start this time of year and it loves to push systems away. So anyway, I say that just so that as we're looking at the dynamics, yes, something could develop. They don't love hitting us. That said, let's look and just kind of showing you that, and I'm just going to start with like the broad GFS showing some moisture bubbling up. November 4th, November 5th, and notice it's wanting to take it away from us. Now we're going to look at all the raw model data here, but just to give you an idea, again, we still watch the tropics because we're still in hurricane season. So let's dial up some raw GFS model data together. All right. I'm starting with the GFS because I always start with the GFS. All right. High pressure's looking beautiful. Right there, though, that is November 1st. Well, there's 8 a.m. November 1st. Area of low pressure developing in the Southern Caribbean. So again, late this week, more than likely, is going to be the time frame where we start to see pressure lowering there. All right, there is Monday, November 4th, area of low pressure in the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Okay. Crossing over the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And Fujiwara-ing doing something, fading. Okay, so it's GFS is doing something, some weirdness. And that's through November 13th. All right, that's the current version of the GFS. We go to the 0Z. Developing something, crossing, and then looping out. We go back another run. This is the 18Z. This is 3 model runs ago. Doing all kinds of weird stuff, but staying away from us. Let's go more. It keeps wanting to do these weird Fujiwara type features. So, that's odd. That's odd. All right. European. Remember, it only goes out 90 hours every other run. So we have to go to 0Z. Developing something, kind of not really doing much with it. Bringing it out toward the Yucatan, 10th, 11th, and then kind of merging with a cold front. We go back to the 12Z. Bringing something to the Gulf of Mexico and then merging with a cold front. So the European is less impressive, which I'm fine with that. But I think the European's time frame is probably better. Ugh, my glasses are gross. The pattern probably would want to be a little bit later. The important part is the staying away from us part. Stay far away. We don't want any of this nonsense, Vanessa says. So true. So true. So true. I don't want any of this. All right. Euro AI. Some sort of formation merging with a cold front. And then the cold front moves through. And then there's like another thing there on the 12th. Yeah. And again, Euro AI is a fairly new model. So it's, you kind of have to take it for what it is. Merging with a cold front, another area of low pressure. Interesting that the Euro AI continues to show this other feature around the 11th, 12th. That's interesting. All right, we'll go back another run. This is the 12Z from yesterday, Euro AI. Low, merging with a cold front, and then just sitting and stalling. See, that's not the craziest solution I've ever seen. Like, low, merges with a cold front, and then kind of gets left. That's not the craziest thing I've ever seen. Low, yeah. And that's kind of what it was doing yesterday, too. So, all right. All right. Canadian. Let's just keep rolling through models. Canadian develops low, brings it up to near Jamaica. Ooh, makes it kind of a nasty one. And then works it into the Gulf. 2 runs ago, 3 runs ago. All right. All right, ensembles. Let's check out the ensembles. For those of you that are new to Coffee Talk, we do ensembles, and essentially ensembles like this is the GFS ensemble, and the whole idea is once the GFS runs, it stops and starts overthinking, and then it gives us, in the GFS's case, 30 different versions. In the European's case, I think it's 50 different versions. And so we can look at them individual panels here, or I just put them on top of each other, and there's kind of several different ways we can look at it. You can look at it like this, where we're starting to get some lows. I prefer to look at it like this, or sometimes even like this. So there's just different ways to look at it. So the ensembles are clearly showing development. Florida impact, non-Florida impact. It's too early to tell. That's the GFS. Let's look at the European. So yeah, so Friday. So the European is still going with a little bit later development. I think that that's accurate. Interesting that the European ensembles are a little more interested in sneaking over to the Gulf. I mean, I don't love that. But that is kind of like a bit of what the BSR was talking about. So, it doesn't like shock me. This is the 12Z from yesterday. No path is set in stone yet. It's important to note that. All right, Canadian ensemble, current run of the Canadian ensemble. Most are away, but some aren't. So it's, I think at the end of the day, it's still too early to get into the weeds of much with this. Ensembles are, though, clearly showing support for development. Thus, we'll need to watch for the potential of development. Okay? Vanessa says, listen up, Skynet. We don't need any of this nonsense. Yeah, I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. Also, Skynet, do not become self aware, please. Like, we don't need that either. Please. Please. All right? So, we'll watch. We'll wait. All right. I think, if there's a couple of like things to truly think about, remember, it's not coming before Halloween. So, like, let's just calm the heck down, sit back, relax, enjoy some coffee, track what happens, and we'll go from there. Models are going to consistently go back and forth. Trends are your friends, right? Consistency breeds confidence. So in these cases, let's just watch the tropics like we do for 6 months out of the year. That's all. Now, I know you're going to ask, what does the BSR say? So let's take a look. The BSR is a teleconnection that we can use. It's kind of a neat way to see what could play out. It's not a computer model. There are peer-reviewed data, peer-reviewed papers that basically look at this and kind of dictate it. And the idea is about 2.5 weeks after a weather pattern happens near Alaska, it recreates itself here. It's not identical, it's not perfect, but it's another hint. I love hints. All right, so just rolling through, rolling through. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty clear indicator right there, y'all. Like, there's a pretty clear indicator. But that's like November 14th, 12th through the 14th. So even the BSR has kind of slowed down. Now, this is going to be the final, the BSR modeling, and then this is kind of the final. So it's around November 14th. So maybe that's where we're kind of struggling, is it's going to be a slow to go, but once it goes, right? But November 4, like the signal on the BSR is November 14th. It's right there. Chris says, no, there are other teleconnections all over the world. Correct. There are a ton of teleconnections. Teleconnections is a part of meteorology that is just fascinating. I love it. I love it. I love non-standard meteorological signals. But yeah, so there's a pretty decent indicator. This is the final. This is like the final BSR this is what it's going to be. The others were kind of looking ahead. This is what ended up playing out. But that gale on the BSR tied to a cold front is a signal around the 13th of November of a cold front picking out a storm system. Debbie, you have said about a week and a half ago to write down November 13th. Yeah. So for me, around November 13th ish, there's a signal of something. We've been looking at, you're right, I forget. We were looking at the GFS a while back and it was showing a pretty clear signal of something. So yeah, the BSR is clearly showing that. And then a heck of a cold front afterward. That's a clear signal, though. Geesh McGeesh. I need to text Jeremy Nelson this. Hold on. Nelson. All right, I'm going to take a picture of the screen because I'm going to be that guy. So everybody smile. All right. Literally just texted Jeremy the picture of the BSR. Um, Kara, can you clarify what's that a clear signal for? A storm system of some kind. Tropical, non tropical, but a storm system of some kind around the 13th of November. Okay? Interesting is all I'm going to say. Is it this? Is it something else? We'll see. But that's a non-standard signal. That's a pretty clear signal of some sort of a storm system. So we'll see. Around the 13th, though, there's going to probably be some sort of a storm system impacting us. I'm not saying hurricane, I'm not saying any of that. But using that teleconnection, there's a clear teleconnection to it. Okay? So, yeah. Nancy's asking if we should be able to put our Christmas stuff out. I mean, my Halloween stuff's out. As far as putting up Christmas stuff, my HOA would probably have my tuchus, so probably not. No, we're not there. We're not there yet, Barb. But we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on our long range stuff. But there's a, through the teleconnection, there's a, November 13th ish. There's a pretty clear signal of some sort of a storm system, tropical or not. We don't know. But using the teleconnection, there's something there. All right. So let's watch and wait and see how it all plays out. Right. We don't. I'm identifying parts of the pattern, and at that point, that's all that we can do is pattern recognition. Okay, so remember that. All right. If Mike's 12-foot skeleton is out, we're safe for now. Listen, we're we're safe through Halloween. Okay. Looks like Outer Banks don't have it for next season. Well, working on the long range forecasting. Nothing's written down just yet. All right. Need a good cold front to put up Christmas lights. Oh, I get it. And to make sure that we're protected from the tropics. Janice Howe was flying with Alex yesterday. It was great. We did what, 1.7? Flew to Leesburg and back. It was great. It was great. Got some Mooney time in the logbook. I got like 1.6, 1.7, 1.5 PIC in a Mooney. I'll take it. Just need a few more by the Mooney. Anyway, all right. So that's where we're at, my friends. Questions, comments, concerns. How we doing? Anything at all? We good? We'll continue to look long range, and we'll continue to look long range. We'll continue to check, make sure it's all good. Thank you for always keeping those informative and strange. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. Right now, Alex is he's working at a maintenance shop at the airport and working on getting picked up. He's going to end up flying with Frontier once they start hiring again. They kind of had a little bit of a pause, so yeah. Oh, did you? How's he doing, Carla? Boy, that's a name I haven't seen in a minute and a half. Please get colder this coming weekend. I want to use my new solo stuff. Listen, I'd love to, Brian. Would love to. Can't promise anything. Would love to. Thank you, Barb. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, friends. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Deborah, do you ever go back after a hurricane, look at the long range charts to see which is right? To look at, you mean like models or BSR? Um, I don't look at model. The problem is my job is always looking forward. There are people that do that, and I will always read their stuff when they publish it. But I just don't have time personally to do it. But I do, because it's my baby, I do go back and look at like our long range forecasting and see. And so, like, for example, looking at our 2024 hurricane season forecast and just trying to like compare where we are, like, here's the landfalls for this season. I think we did okay. So I do go back and look at that. Most landfalls Most landfalls were within. There's always, I feel like there's every year there's one like barrel, ya punk. But, for all intents and purposes, from Francine, Helene, Milton, all that stuff, I think we did pretty okay. And that's all I can ever hope for is to do pretty okay, honestly. So we'll see where next year takes us. That's all. All right. David says, thank you for the updates and not just during coffee talk, also the ones through the day. Of course, I'll do that. I'll do that. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Yes, you did do okay. I'll take okay. Listen, it's never going to be 100%. I don't know that in my lifetime meteorology will ever be 100%, but we can try. And we're going to do the best we can always. All right? All right, so we've got a nice stretch of weather next couple of days. That's the latest on the tropics. I will post one of those little short reels later today so that everybody knows what the later data shows, okay? All right, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Talk to you soon.